welcome to TezMania TV. Today's video is a Q&A and it is a body modification themed Q&A. You guys asked me your questions on Instagram and Facebook and I'm gonna work my way through all of them. There are a lot of questions and there are some repetitions in here and a couple of questions that aren't really related to body modification, so I'm just gonna ignore those and let's get right to it. I'm starting with the ones from Facebook. Jasmine Toddhill asked, have you got a scarification done? If not, would you, and what would you get? No, I don't have a scarification, and at the moment I'm not interested in getting scarification. I love the way that they look on other people when they're well done, but the thing that doesn't appeal to me, other than the process itself, a lot of things can go wrong and you can't really control the end result because people scar differently. I like the contrast of black ink on my really pale skin. Scarring is just kind of the same tone as my skin is already, just slightly different in tone. It's too pale in color, if that makes sense, but I love some of the ones that I've seen on other people that are really symmetrical and well done. Katie McLennan asks, hey Tez, love your videos, smiley smile. What piercing has been your favorite out of all the piercings you have had? Love and hugs. Love and hugs to you too, Kate. My favorite piercing is actually my septum piercing that I got this year as a birthday present to myself. I absolutely fucking love it, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't get it before, so I'm really happy about that one. Jensen's Kathy wants to know, what was your first ever body modification, piercing or tattoo? Well, getting my regular ear holes, earlobes pierced. I was done by a gun. I know you're not supposed to do that, but yeah. When I was 16, I got those done in London when I was there with my parents. Rebecca Peacock wants to know, what was the most fun piercing or tattoo you've ever gotten done, and which one hurt the most? Piercings are I wouldn't say that I think that they're fun to get afterwards. They're fun because you're happy and you have something new that you really like. But tattoos, like whenever I get to hang out with one of my favorite tattoos, it's just fun being there to hang out with them. For instance, whenever Bob Conkers is in town, you know, the guy who does the hand poking, he's done like the stuff on my arm here and the dots on my fingers and my feet and stuff. He's just a pretty awesome guy to hang out with, so I have an amazing time hanging out with him and obviously getting tattooed as well. Ethan Jensen wants to know, what piercing would you never get? Do you have any plans for your next tattoo? If you want one, does it hurt as much as people say it does to get tattoos or piercings? What tattoo or piercings hurt the most? Okay, so what piercing would you never get was the first question. I don't like saying that I would never get certain stuff done because I don't know, you change your mind. But at the moment, there are piercings that I'm not remotely interested in. Those are mostly like surface piercings. I wouldn't want to get something like dermals down here, for instance, or in the back of my head. They look beautiful, they really do, but they would just be in the way for me. I'd feel vulnerable, like I could get stuck in scarves and stuff like that all the time. So I don't think I'd be interested in getting one of those. If I have any plans for my next tattoo, yeah, I have more than one upcoming tattoo planned. I have a lot of tattoos planned and I don't know which order I'm going to be doing them in, so there's nothing that I'm going to share at this point, but yes, I will be getting more tattoos. Does it hurt as much as people say? Which tattoo or piercing hurt the most? Pain is extremely individual, and as I'm sure you guys know, so some people don't feel that much pain at all. Some people think it's extremely painful to get tattooed or pierced. Some people, like, different spots hurt more on different people and so on and so forth. But yeah, obviously there is pain involved in the process. That's kind of part of it. The thing that's hurt the most for me so far is without a doubt doing the dots on my fingers. I talk about this like more in depth in that video, if you want to go check that out. Talk about why it hurts and you get to see me get them done and stuff. But yeah, I've never felt any kind of pain like that ever in my entire life, and that includes like ripping all the ligaments from one of my feet in an accident. So yeah, that was fucking brutal. As for piercings, I think the most painful piercing I ever got was the cheeks. Mozzarella Sticks wants to know, what facial piercings of yours would you never stretch, and what facial piercings would you stretch? And what is your favorite piercing in general that is stretch? Mine is personally stretched septums. Facial piercings that I would never stretch. It's again with the never, it's tricky to say because it's very final to say never. So I'm just gonna go with what I feel right now. So right now I'm not interested in stretching any of my oral ones. I love the look when people have a central labret and they stretch it. I love that look on others. I'm just not interested in that on myself, and I also taken my central labret out, which you guys know. A stretched facial piercing that I would consider, however, is my septum. I love the look of large, chunky septums, so I would definitely consider that. I'm not planning on it right now, but you never know. Emma Lake wants to know, would you ever get a tongue split? Again, with the ever and never, I'm not against it or anything. I love the look of it. It's pretty cool, very lizardy and awesome. But at the moment, I'm just not interested in it, and that has nothing to do with anything really. There's just other modifications that I'd rather get than a tongue split. But I know people who have them, and they look fabulous. Hayes Autumn Willow Atkin wants to know, do you like dermal implants? Is there anything you haven't tried yet that you'd like to? I don't have any dermals. I'm not really that into dermals. Like I said before, I love the look of them. They're beautiful. I have friends who have them and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about the whole just a little thing pointing out of your skin that doesn't really appeal to me for some reason. So yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Not right now, at least. Is there anything you haven't tried yet that you'd like to? Which I'm assuming you mean like all kinds of body modifications. There's so much out there, so there's probably something that I want to try that I haven't yet. I don't know. We'll see. Bethany Say asks, would you ever think of getting certain areas pierced? I'm assuming you're talking about genital piercings. And I have been contemplating getting a Christina piercing done. If you guys don't know what that is, I suggest you Google it. I think those are beautiful, and I could totally see myself having one of those. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'll let you guys know if I do. Shelby Mary Gable wants to know, if you possibly could gauge your lips, would you? I think she means to stretch them like I just talked about, and I can. I'm just not interested in it. Also, my gums are super delicate, my teeth are very delicate, and like it's already damaging the fact that I have snake bites. That's why I took this one out. So I kind of don't want to do anything that could damage them even more. But I do like the look of the stretched stuff. It's pretty cool. Taylor Manette wants to know, have you recently thought about getting any more piercings or body mods? Or removing any for a change? Removing for a change? I have removed a lot of them. Right now, I'm happy with the ones that I have. I have no plans on removing any more at the moment. Getting more piercings, I guess. Nothing planned right now, but I like piercings. I'll probably get more. I don't know what right now, but you'll see when I do. And tattoos, well, yeah, I'll just keep adding tattoos all the time. Other body mods, again, no plans right now. We'll see. Ashley Brisson asks, do you regret any piercings you've gotten in the past? No, no regrets. I mean, I'm sad that my cheeks didn't heal, but dimples, that's why I got them. So, you know, I get to keep those. And I'm not sad that I had this one. I loved it for the 10 years or so that I had it. I don't regret it. I also have a retired nostril piercing that I really, really like the look of. I really wish that healed, but it didn't, so I took that out. So, but like, no regrets. No, I'd do it all over again if I could. Taylor Manette is back with more questions and asks, do you miss any of the piercings that you've ended up removing? I just answered that. I know there are some cases where certain people's bodies are not compatible or made for certain piercings. Have you had any of those experiences? Yes, like I just said, my cheeks never healed, so that's why I took those out, and then the nostril didn't heal either. Taylor also asks, and what do you think about getting branded? It's pretty cool, but I'm not interested in it at all at the moment, so looks cool though. Keely Newman asks, do you believe in any of the things people say about piercing jewelry, like how plastic apparently leads to cancer? She also wants to know about tips on cleaning body mods and if I've ever thought about getting my ears pointed. There are a lot of rumors or whatever going around about piercing jewelry, and the best way to answer those is to talk to a professional piercer. I don't think that plastic automatically leads to cancer. Like, that would mean we all had it because like everything is made of plastic. But I'm sure that there are more friendly materials to use while you stretch your lobes and so on. I used a lot of plastic ones, and I'm pretty sure I don't have like lobe cancer, but you know, it doesn't mean it never happened. Tips on cleaning body mods. saline solution, people. That is your friend. And if you don't want to like mix it yourself, because if you have to make a new batch every day, there are these aerosol bottles that you can use, like spray bottles. So awesome. And getting my ears pointed, yes, I have thought about it. I haven't seriously thought about it, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't went into a studio and talked to anybody about it or anything like that, but yeah, it looks fab. I'm sure that little elfie ears would look cute on me, but I don't know. Just nothing I'm considering at the moment. Heather Pinky McLean wants to know, if you could go back in time, what body mod advice would you give to a young Tez? I would say, get started already. You're gonna want a lot of body mods when you grow up, and when you grow up, you're gonna be pissed that your shy, kind of scared younger self didn't get started earlier. So yeah, I tell myself to fucking get over it and just get it done already. Rachel Dillamore asks, how are you getting on with your septum piercing? After seeing your video saying you have allergies, I got one done, but I got I got mine done but mine are so bad, and I have a deviated septum, and mine's tricky at the moment. Just wondered if yours is okay with allergies and the cold. Yeah, my septum is doing awesome. Like I said in the video, after I just got my septum done, the reason why I waited so long to get it done is because I have constant allergies. My nose is like always filled up with snot, and I thought this for me meant that I could never have a septum piercing, because that's the reason why the nostril piercing never healed properly, or at least that's what I thought, that because it was constantly like dirty and gross because of all the snot. But no, the septum piercing is healed like a charm, and I basically switch jewelry like every day or every other day, and I have no problems with it at all. And now it's been like 9 months since I got it, so it's doing great, despite of all the snot fest that's going on in here all the time. Whitney Cameron Hubert asks, are there any extreme modifications you would consider, whether it be ear pointing, scarification, tongue bifurcation, implants, and so on? You would look so cute with little horn nubbins. Also, would you ever do body suspension? Why or why not? I mean, again, with the never consider, I'm not interested in doing any more of the extreme ones right now, but that doesn't mean that next year I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to have an implant or anything like that done. Just right now, I'm really happy just getting tattooed and adding some more piercings every now and then. Body suspension, Mr. Tez has done this a couple of times, and I think it looks pretty cool when he does it, but I'm not interested in that at all, because I think the pain level of that is something that wouldn't be pleasurable for me. So yeah, that doesn't interest me at all, really. Alexandra Mohagan wants to know, aside from issues of cleanliness and certification, finding someone whose art you enjoy, what's the most important factor when choosing a tattoo artist? I'm talking specifically about finding someone you get along with, who you're comfortable working with. Some artists have such egos. What are your tips on finding a good one? Yeah, oh my god, definitely. This person is doing something permanent to your body, so you have to find somebody that you get along with. It doesn't have to be your best friend in the whole world, but like, if you're not able to sustain a conversation with this person, or they look at body modifications in a completely different way than you, then yeah, it might be a problem. So my advice is to just get to know a fucking lot of people who do this stuff. Go to the exhibitions if you can, like tattoo expos and stuff like that. Talk to a lot of people. Me, yeah, I tried a bunch of different ones, and now I have a couple of tattoo artists that I go back to every time, because they know what I like, and I know their work process, and we work well together, and I trust them. So yeah, it's all about trust in the end. You don't want to go to somebody and then have them work on you, and then you see something and it's not what you expected at all. That would be horrible, because it's like on your skin permanently. So take your time, don't rush. That's what I would say. Shannon Louise wants to know, what's the thing you hate the most about your piercings or tattoos, pain, etc.? What I hate? I don't really hate anything about it. Well, what I do hate is when they don't heal. Like when you have piercings and they don't heal. That's what I hate. The pain is kind of part of the whole program. Just get over it. It's gonna hurt. There's no way around that, really. So you just have to deal with that. So no, the only thing I hate about it is when they don't heal. Or that it's sometimes really expensive. So I have to I can't do it as often as I really would like. And Elizabeth Reed wants to know what my thoughts on scarification are, and I've already answered that. So let's move on to the Instagram questions. Jasmine Biggs wants to know, would you ever get a scarification? And I've already answered that one. And Nictophilia wants to know, is it ever too late to get a tattoo or piercing? Fuck no, definitely not. Just get it done no matter what age you are. Like, my mom is in her late 60s and she's still talking about getting her first tattoo, so there's no age limit. Just do whatever you like, man. Lucy Nightray wants to know, what was the most expensive? The most expensive body modification I ever got was the tattoo that I have on my left thigh. And I'm not going to tell you how much it was, but it took 9 hours. I did one 8-hour session and then another 1-hour session on it. But it's also the largest one that I have, so that's why it's expensive. Zombie Kitty Meow wants to know, what is something that you are wanting to get but unsure of? I've been wanting to get helix piercings, or an industrial, or like 3 pointing forward. Any kind of upper ear action, like cartilage action. I love the look of that. I love it so much. And the only reason I'm not like completely covered in metal up here is because I know that the healing process is super tricky. And after like the whole incident, well, not incident, but like the whole thing with the cheeks, I'm a little bit reluctant to get something that might take more than a year to heal, especially when it's something that you sleep on and you wear headphones over, and like beanies and hats and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I don't have any cartilage piercings. And I know some people will be like, oh, mine healed fine, I didn't have any issues, and that's great for you, but it's still one of the trickiest places to get pierced, and it takes long for it to heal and stuff. So yeah. Steffi Sims wants to know, do you plan on going bigger with your ears? No, not at the moment. And the only reason I'm not is because I have so many plugs and tunnels. I have over 100 pairs, and they're amazing and I love them all. And if I go larger, I have to start all over again with that collection, and I'm just too lazy and too cheap for that. Emily leaves as, when did you start dressing alternately? That's not a body mod question, so I will not answer that one. Ia SV wants to know, is red ink bad for you? Some people get nasty scars and such. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with the color pigments, maybe rather the quality of the ink, or that you're allergic to something in that particular ink. There's nothing that says that colored ink is bad for you in any way. I know that some tattoo artists aren't super happy about the way that red looks, the way it shows up on skin, but I've never had any issues with it, and I have like red in a couple of spots. Vicky Jane Didum wants to know, what would your response be to the idiots that tell you you'll regret your tattoos when you're old? Okay, first of all, I am old already, okay? I'm 33, turning 34 in January next year, so I'm not your average 18-year-old. I'm already a grown-up, so this is not a phase. I've been looking like this my entire adult life, and I'm doing what I like. And then again, like, what kind of person will I be if I look back on my life with pride because I didn't do what I wanted? What the hell is that? I want to look back at my life and regret the stuff that I did, instead of looking back and regret the fact that I never did anything. So it's just skin, man, and I love my tattoos, so, you know, fuck you. Not to the person asking me questions, but to people who always say that, oh my god, it's gonna look so bad when you're old. It's like, when I'm old, I'm gonna look bad anyway because I'll be old, so I'm still gonna look a hell of a lot cooler than people who don't have tattoos. Antonia728 asks, do you have any body mods that you regret getting? I've already talked about that. Lady V76 asks, do dreads help your hair grow because of the braids? That's not about body mods, so I'm gonna skip that one. Small Suck Monkey asks, have you ever gotten a body mod that you did regret afterwards? Nope. Ella Life asks, have you had any bad body mod experiences? And if so, what was it? No, I wouldn't say I've had any bad ones. Just sad when things don't heal, but it's not the end of the world or anything. I haven't had any bad infections or anything like that. Genitalia or Italia asks, what are your thoughts on scarification? Would you ever get one done? I already answered this one, so I'm going to skip that. Titanium Swirl asks, have you ever had body mods in the past that you no longer have? And yes, the ones that I mentioned before, I removed a nostril piercing, a central labret, and my cheeks. Leah Motionless X wants to know, do you have any modifications that you regret or that you want back? And again, I already answered that, so I'm going to skip that one. Joanna Lou asks, where do you see your style in 20 years? Will you continue adding tattoos and piercings? Definitely, and most definitely tattoos. I will never stop getting those. I don't see any reason why I should, because they're awesome. So yeah, I hope I continue getting more beautiful stuff on my body. And the very last question is from Kiara Desu. Body mods you love on others but wouldn't see yourself getting. So again, this is not like forever. I can change my mind because we're allowed to do that, but all the stuff that's more like with the ear pointing and the tongue splitting and scarifications and branding and stuff like that, those look amazing on the people who rock it. I love that, and I love looking at those and like complimenting people on those. I just kind of don't see them on myself, at least not right now. And that goes for implants and stuff as well, but that is right now. That can't change, it can totally change. So those are all the questions for this Q&A theme, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If something was unclear, always ask me and I'll get back to you in the comments. If not, I'll see you on Facebook and Instagram where I do daily updates, and in my next video. Bye guys!